Namaste and happy World Tourism Day to our respected Chief Guest, Principal Sir and my all professor. I Apurva Ashish Bhunkar from TYBSCHS Camp Education Society Dr. Arvind B. Telang. Today on the occasion of World Tourism Day, I am wearing Maharashtrian attire. First of all, I would like to give you a brief overview of history and culture. महाराष्ट्र. नमस्ते. महाराष्ट्र हे भारतातील तिसरे राज्य आहे. ऋग्वेदामध्ये महाराष्ट्राला राष्ट्र या नावाने संबोधले गेले आहे. अशोकाच्या काळात राष्ट्रिक आणि नंतर महाराष्ट्र या नावाने ओळखले जाऊ लागले. त्यात वारकरी धार्मिक चळवळीतील एकनाथ, तुकाराम या मराठी संतांचा दीर्घ इतिहास आहे, जो महाराष्ट्र किंवा महाराष्ट्र संस्कृतीचा एक आधार आहे. मराठी ही महाराष्ट्राची अधिकृत भाषा आहे, त्यामुळे महाराष्ट्रात मराठी प्रामुख्याने बोलली जाते. महाराष्ट्रातील लोकांचा पारंपरिक वारसा समृद्ध आहे. महाराष्ट्रातील अतिशय सोपी जीवनशैली असून ते साधी आणि उच्च विचारसरणी याच्यावर विश्वास ठेवतात. पर्यटनाच्या बाबतीत महाराष्ट्रात अनेक दुर्ग व किल्ले प्रसिद्ध आहेत. त्यामध्ये प्रतापगड, सिंधुदुर्ग, रायगड, राजगड असे अनेक उदाहरणं आहेत. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये लोकसंगीत समृद्ध आहे. गोंधळ, भारूड, लावणी, पोवाडा हे प्रकार विशेष लोकप्रिय आहेत. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये दिवाळी, रंगपंचमी, गोकुळाष्टमी, गणेश उत्सव, होळी हे मुख्य उत्सव आहेत. त्याचबरोबर शिवजयंती, वटपौर्णिमा, मकर संक्रांत हे सण देखील साजरे केले जातात. महाराष्ट्रातील खाद्यपदार्थामध्ये सौम्य आणि मसालेदार पदार्थांचा समावेश होतो. खानदेशी, कोकणी, वऱ्हाडी, आगरी या पाककृती पर्यटकांमध्ये लोकप्रिय आहेत. सुप्रसिद्ध पदार्थांमध्ये पुरणपोळी, कटाची आमटी, वडापाव, मिसळ यांचा समावेश होतो. पारंपरिक कपड्यांमध्ये धोतर आणि फेटा या नावाने ओळखले जातात. तर तसेच स्त्रियांमध्ये चोळी आणि नऊवारीची साडी, ज्याला आपण नऊवार साडी असे म्हणतो, हे स्थानिकरित्या नऊवार साडी किंवा लुगडा म्हणून ओळखले जाते. The customary Nagari saree of Maharashtra has a glamorous and beautiful appeal. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये नऊवार साडी, चंद्रकोर टिकली, नथ, ठुशी, लक्ष्मीहार, पाटल्या, बाजूबंद, कमरपट्टा आणि पैंजण याला सणवारांमध्ये महत्त्व दिले जाते. कपाळावर शोभते चंद्रकोर अशी भिंते नसानसात राजमुद्रा. नाकातली रिंग याला प्रामुख्याने नथ असे म्हणतात. हा दागिना मोती आणि खड्यांचा बनलेला असतो. तुशी हे चोकर स्टाईलचे नेकपीस आहे, ज्याला सोन्याच्या मण्यांनी अगदी जवळून विणलेले असते. लक्ष्मीहार म्हणजेच नाणेहार मंदिरातील हार म्हणून सुद्धा याला ओळखले जाते. हे नाणे देवी लक्ष्मी आणि भगवान गणेश यांच्या जटिल कोरीव कामाने सजलेले आहे. पैंजण हा दागिन्यांचाच एक भाग असून तो नववधूंना परिधान केला जातो. Now I would like to thank you to our respected chief guest, respected principal sir and my all professor for implementing this event for us in such a time. Thank you so much. धन्यवाद. जय महाराष्ट्र.
First of all, happy Tourism Day to all of you. Myself, Vaishnavi Lendgar. I am pursuing TYBSc HS in Camp Education Society, Dr. Arvind V. Telang, Institute of Hotel Management, Chinswad, Pune. Today, on the occasion of World Tourism Day, I wear Kerala outfit. I want to give you some information about Kerala. Kerala is the 21st largest Indian state by area. It is bordered by Karnataka to the north and northeast, Tamil Nadu to the east and south, and Lakshadweep Sea to the west. Kerala is a state on the India's tropical Malabar coast, has nearly 600 km of Arabian Sea shoreline. The capital of Kerala is Thiruvananthapuram. Population of Kerala is 4 crore. The Chief Minister of Kerala is Pinarayi Vijayan. Nickname of Kerala is God's own country, spice garden of India, land of coconut and land of trees. The language of Kerala is Malayalam. Malayalam is most widely spoken language in Kerala state and is also official language of Kerala. The Chera dynasty was the first prominent kingdom based in Kerala. The culture of Kerala. The culture of Kerala is combination of both Indian and Dravidian culture. Nowadays, this culture is being influenced by the neighboring state as well. The main USP Kerala is the performing arts like Kathakali, Mohiniyattam and martial arts. The traditional dress of Kerala. In Kerala, the lungi is locally known as Kaili or Kali Mundu. Is worn by both men and women. It considered a casual dress or working dress of laborers. Most of the men from Kerala use lungi as home dress or sleep dress. The lifestyle of Kerala. The people of Kerala are the most simple and down-to-earth people. They like to live in their own world of simplicity and originality. They are known as Keralatis since they are native in Kerala. The Keralatis also very progressive in terms of cleanliness, healthcare and physical quality of life. The dance forms from Kerala: Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Thulal. It includes in dance in Kerala. Besides this, Thiyam, Kothu Krishnayattam and Kothiyattam are also practiced in Kerala. Kerala is one of the safest tourist destination in India. Kerala is the list of corrupt India state as per Transparency International survey, which definitely makes it safe tourist destination. The famous dishes from Kerala are Sadhya, traditional vegetable feast, Kerala's Puttu, Kadala curry, Appam stew, Dosa sambar, Malabar biryani, rice, Kerala beef fry and idli sambar. Some tourist places from Kerala to visit: Munnar, Wayanad, Cochin, Kumarukam, Kovalam, Kollam, Vagamon, Bekal, Kannur, Marari, Kattunad, etc. Kerala women always wear flowers on her hairs because flowers have a deeper meaning than just being beautiful to look at. Every flower has its own set of qualities attached to it. Flowers are symbol of love, good luck, happiness, prosperity. When woman wears the flower on her hairs, it is believed that it will bring happiness in her household. Thank you so much, all of you. Stay home, stay safe.
नमस्कार. प्रथमतः सर्वांना जागतिक पर्यटन दिनाच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. आज कॅम्प एज्युकेशन सोसायटीचे डॉक्टर अरविंद बी तेलंग इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ हॉटेल मॅनेजमेंट संभाजीनगर चिंचवड मध्ये आयोजित जागतिक पर्यटन दिनाचे औचित्य साधून आयोजित ऑनलाईन वक्तृत्व स्पर्धेत आवर्जून उपस्थित महाराष्ट्र पर्यटन विकास महामंडळाचे रिजनल मॅनेजर आदरणीय दीपक हार्णे सर, विना वर्ल्ड पुणे शाखेचे सेल्स कंट्रोल मॅनेजर आदरणीय श्रावणी शिंदे मॅडम व आदरणीय प्राचार्य डॉक्टर अजय कुमार राय, तसेच माझे मार्गदर्शक प्राध्यापक शेखर सर, प्राध्यापक रणजित सर आणि उपस्थित प्राध्यापकवृंद, आज मला माझे विचार मांडण्याची संधी दिल्याबद्दल आयोजकांचे शतशः आभार. मी मयूर रामदास डपळ BSc HSच्या तृतीय वर्षात शिकत असून अज्ञात पर्यटन स्थळ नाणेघाटाचा पहारेकरी किल्ले चावंड या विषयावर आपणास परिचय करून देण्याचा प्रयत्न करणार आहे. इतिहासाशी वळून पासी पाठीमागे जरा, झुकवून मस्तक करशील त्यांना मानाचा मुजरा, त्यांना मानाचा मुजरा. प्रथमतः शिवरायांना वंदन करून मी माझ्या विषयाला सुरुवात करतो. शिवरायांनी महाराष्ट्राला सुलतानांच्या जुलमातून मुक्त केले. या सर्वांची साक्ष म्हणजे महाराष्ट्रातील गड किल्ले. वयाच्या 50व्या वर्षापर्यंत 350 किल्ल्यांचं स्वराज्य महाराजांच्या व मावळ्यांच्या कष्टाने निर्माण झालं. पण त्यातील काही मोजकेच किल्ले आपणास माहीत आहेत किंवा सुस्थितीत आहेत, जसे की राजगड, रायगड, सिंहगड आणि पन्हाळा इत्यादी किल्ले आपणास ठाऊक आहेत आणि आपण त्या किल्ल्यांना आवर्जून भेटी देखील देतो. पण अतिदुर्गम भागातील किंवा कथांमध्ये जास्त उल्लेख नसलेले अनेक किल्ले आहेत. अशाच एका किल्ल्याबद्दल व तेथील पर्यटनाबद्दल आपणास परिचय करून देण्याचा मी प्रयत्न करणार आहे. तत्पूर्वी किल्ले भ्रमंती केल्यामुळे आपणास शिवरायांच्या आठवणींना, त्यांच्या पराक्रमांना स्मरणात आणता येते. आपल्यात ऊर्जा निर्माण होते, गडकिल्ल्यांबद्दल कुतूहल निर्माण होते. त्यामुळेच पर्यटकांची गडकोटांना भेट देण्याची उत्सुकता वाढते. त्यामुळे जगभरातील पर्यटकांचा गडकिल्ले भ्रमंतीकडे ओघ वाढतच आहे. आपल्या पूर्वजांचा पराक्रम, त्यांनी निर्मिलेले वास्तूंचे पाहणे हा कुतूहलाचा विषय असतो. तर अशाच एका किल्ल्याचा परिचय करून देण्याचा प्रयत्न करणार आहे. दख्खनचा हिमालय म्हणजे सह्याद्री. दख्खनचा हिमालय म्हणजे सह्याद्री, पण त्या हिमालयालाही लाजवेल असे सौंदर्य आहे आपल्या सह्याद्रीचं. या सह्याद्रीतील जुन्नर तालुक्यामध्ये नाणेघाटाचे पहारेकरे म्हणून नावलौकिक मिळालेले किल्ले म्हणजे जीवधन, चावंड, हडसर आणि शिवनेरी. यांपैकी चावंड जुन्नर शहरापासून तासाभराच्या प्रवासावर असलेल्या आपटाळे गावानजीक आहे. या किल्ल्याबद्दल सांगताना असे वाटते की चामुंडा अपभ्रंश चावंड, चामुंडा अपभ्रंश चावंड, जयावरी सप्तकुंड, जयावरी सप्तकुंड, गिरी ते खोदुनी अश्मखंड, गिरी ते खोदुनी अश्मखंड, प्रसन्नगडा मार्ग निर्मिला, प्रसन्नगडा मार्ग निर्मिला. भौगोलिकदृष्ट्या चावंड जुन्नरपासून तासाभराच्या प्रवासावर असलेल्या आपटाळे गावानजीक आहे. गडाच्या पायथ्याशी चावंड गाव वसलेले आहे. नाणेघाटापासून जुन्नरच्या दिशेने 15 किलोमीटरच्या आसपास चावंड वसलेला आहे. गावात आणि आजूबाजूच्या गावांमध्ये महादेव कोळ्यांची वस्ती आहे. गडावर राहण्याची उत्तम सोय आहे. गडावरील कोठारांमध्ये 15 ते 20 जण राहू शकतात, तर चामुंडा मातेच्या मंदिरात 2 जण राहू शकतात. गडावर अनेक पाण्याच्या टाक्या आहेत, ज्यामध्ये बारमाही पिण्याचे पाणी असते. चावंड किल्ल्याचा इतिहास सांगायचा झाला तर 1485 मध्ये अहमदनगरच्या निजामशाहीची स्थापना करणाऱ्या मलिक अहमदला पुणे प्रांतातले जे किल्ले मिळाले त्यामध्ये चावंडचे नाव आहे. 1666 मध्ये निजामशाहीचा आदिलशाह आणि मुघलांपासून बचाव करण्यासाठी शहाजी राजांनी जो तह केला त्या तहानुसार चावंड मुघलांना मिळाला. मे 1672ला चामुंडगड, हरिश्चंद्रगड, महिषगड आणि हडसर हे किल्ले महाराजांच्या मावळ्यांनी जिकरीने लढून घेतले. तेव्हा महाराजांनी या गडाचे नाव प्रसन्नगड असे ठेवले. या किल्ल्याचे अजून एक वैशिष्ट्य आहे. जे किल्ले ऋषी नावाशी संबंधित आहेत ते अतिप्राचीन, जे किल्ले बौद्ध, जैन लेण्यांनी अलंकृत आहेत ते प्राचीन, जे किल्ले शैव, शाक्त, नाथ संप्रदायाशी निगडीत आहेत ते मध्ययुगीन, व या सर्वांना अपवाद म्हणजे चावंड. हा चामुंडा नावाचा अपभ्रंश असल्याने व त्यावर पाण्याची 7 टाकी एकाच ठिकाणी असल्याने तो सप्त मातृकांशी संबंधित आहे, म्हणून तो शाक्त पंथाशी निगडीत आहे. पेशवाईत देखील हा किल्ला राजकैदी यांच्यासाठी होता. यामध्ये नाना फडणवीस यांनी दुसऱ्या बाजीरावास काही काळ कैद केले होते. 1 मे 1818 रोजी दख्खन ताब्यात आल्यावर इंग्रजांनी सह्याद्रीतले सर्व किल्ल्यांची तोडफोड केली. त्यात 1 मे रोजी प्रचंड तोफांचा मारा करून मेजर एल्ड्रिजने चावंड किल्ला जिंकला. किल्ल्याचे शेवटचे किल्लेदार बुधाजी बालचिम हे होते. हा होता चावंड किल्ल्याचा गौरवशाली इतिहास. आपण या किल्ल्याचा पर्यटन विकासाच्या दृष्टीने विचार केला तर तेथील स्थानिक अर्थव्यवस्थेला चालना मिळेल व तेथील विकासास गती मिळेल. वाहतूक, हॉटेल्स, शोभेच्या वस्तूंची बाजारपेठ, किल्ल्यांची माहिती सांगणारे गाईड्स यांच्या स्वरूपात स्थानिकांना रोजगार प्राप्ती होऊ शकते. तसेच ऐतिहासिक पर्यटनाचे पर्यटकाला सुद्धा अनेक फायदे होतात. जेव्हा आपण गडकिल्ल्यांवर जातो तेव्हा आपल्याला शिवाजी महाराजांच्या दूरदृष्टीचा प्रत्यय आजच्या काळातही येतो. आयुर्वेदानुसार महाराजांनी प्रत्येक गडांवर औषधी वनस्पती जाणीवपूर्वक लावल्या होत्या, जोपासल्या होत्या. त्यातल्या अनेक वनस्पती आजतागायत आहेत. आजच्या काळात देखील गडकिल्ल्यांवर एकूण 16,000 औषधी वनस्पतींच्या प्रजाती आहेत. त्यातील किल्ल्यांवर आढळणाऱ्या मुख्य औषधी वनस्पती आवळा, बिबा, उंबर, जांभूळ, निलगिरी, मीव, कढीपत्ता, शिकेकाई, बेहडा, रिटा, हळद, कोरफड, माका, धोत्रा, बेलपत्र इत्यादी औषधी वनस्पती आढळतात. तसेच आपले किल्ले सह्याद्री पर्वतरांगांमध्ये वसलेले आहेत, त्यामुळे ट्रेकर्सला देखील चांगली पर्वणी आहे. ट्रेकिंगमुळे आपला शारीरिक व मानसिक स्वास्थ्य उत्तम राहते. कोविड-19च्या काळात अनेक लोकांना श्वसन संबंधित त्रास होत आहेत. त्यामुळे कोविडच्या कालावधीनंतर गडकिल्ल्यांवर पर्यटनासाठी जाणे हा उत्तम पर्याय आहे. म्हणून मला सर्वांना आवर्जून सांगावे वाटते, आपण गडकिल्ल्यांचे संवर्धन करायला हवे, तेथील ऐतिहासिक वारसांचे जतन करायला हवे, गडांवरील औषधी वनस्पतींचे रक्षण करावयास हवे. इतिहासातील शूरवीरांची शिवगौरवगाथा पुढील पिढीपर्यंत पोचवलीच पाहिजे. तसेच जाता जाता एवढेच सांगावे वाटते, शिवरायांच्या पदस्पर्शाने पावन झाले गडकिल्ले, शिवरायांच्या पदस्पर्शाने पावन झाले गडकिल्ले, त्याच मातीचा लावून टिळा जतन करूया गडकिल्ले, त्याच मातीचा लावून टिळा जतन करूया गडकिल्ले. जय जिजाऊ, जय शिवराय. धन्यवाद.
Good morning everyone. I am Ajay Mohan Shetty from TY BSc at Camp Education Society's Dr. Arvind B. Telang Institute of Hotel Management. I would like to express my gratitude towards our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Deepak Harne, Regional Manager at MTDC Pune, and Ms. Sharvari Shinde, Manager Sales Control at Veena World Pune, and our Principal Sir, Mr. Ajay Kumar Rai. Today we have gathered here to celebrate the World Tourism Day, and the theme for the World Tourism Day is building peace and fostering knowledge. I would like to share my thoughts on how we can promote the local food through the tourism. In my career as a chef, I would be glad to introduce the various local dishes into the hospitality industry. I would like to thank Professor Ranjit sir and Professor Shekhar sir for guiding me throughout my speech. Okay. Now, considering the tourism, there are various aspects of the tourism, such as occupational, cultural, food, heritage, and many more. So, today we are going to talk about such one aspect, that is food, and how we can promote this local food through the tourism. As we are discussing about the food, I remembered a Hindi proverb which says that कहते हैं दिल का रास्ता पेट से होकर गुजरता है. Whereas the food is considered as a basic necessity of life, but today the food has become a key element to understand the culture, lifestyle, and vegetation of that particular region, and many more. The life of local is reflected through their traditional food and becomes the trademark of that region, and also a long-lasting memory for the tourist. May it be a simple pitlo bhakri at the Siaghad Fort to the mouth-watering Rogan Josh at the Kashmir Dal Lake. Traditionally, the food or cuisine could be an excellent travel destination, or it might be an integral part of the travel experience. But traveling for the food has been taken entirely a new meaning when it used to be for the voyages were undertaken for the spice trade by the Dutch, Portuguese, French, and British, and later on colonizing it. And then the food traveled from the region to the Queen Victoria's table, which included a favorite butter chicken, garlic naan, dal tadka, and her personal favorite gulab jamun. Some of the special dishes from the Maharashtra cuisine which are unknown or didn't got a global recognition and have a very small audience. First, the maswadi. It is a traditional dish with special mixtures of the masala, dry coconut, onions, and these ingredients are then rolled into the besan and then cooked. The spicy maswadi is then served with the special gravy and with hot bhakris, followed by the varadi kharda, a special meat preparation which is famous in the rural households of the Vidarbha region. The popati, a coastal region dish which is famous from the Raigad district, is generally prepared of a chicken, eggs, and the wal papad. Some of the special dishes from the Maharashtra cuisine which are unknown or didn't got a global recognition and have a very small audience. First, the maswadi. It is a traditional dish with special mixtures of the masala, dry coconut, onions, and these ingredients are then rolled into the besan and then cooked. The spicy maswadi is then served with the special gravy and with hot bhakris. Popati, a coastal region dish which is famous from the Raigad district, is generally prepared of a chicken, eggs, and the wal papad. Solkadi, a cold soup which is made up of the coconut milk, garlic, cilantro, and the kokum concussion, and it is the speciality of the cuisine from the Konkan region. And the matha, a spicy seasoned buttermilk which is served cold, generally after the meal. The metkut, a pickle-based preparation which is made up of from the roasted legumes and spices and later on blending it. Muramba, a dish made up with unripe mangoes, sugar, and spices. कैरीचं पण. It is generally a raw mango and jaggery based drink which is served during the early summer. Purnalu. It is a sweet dish generally served as a dessert. Most of them have never heard about this dish. According to the natives, when the Peshwas attacked the Nizams of Hyderabad, while returning, the troops carried along with them raw ingredients. And whenever they halt, they used to cook with these ingredients. At one such instance, when the Puran fell into the batter of Mendu Vada, the locals fried and ate it, and hence the Purnalu was born. As we are discussing about the food, some might argue that is it that really important to promote the and encourage the local food? But when we dive into this curiosity, we may unfold many interesting facts about it. The food does not only give us taste or appetite, but it also shows that how the economic factors, climate, and historical events has shaped the food. As we are in the hospitality industry, it's our prime duty to encourage this local food before it ends up in the folk tales. I would like to quote a line from a book called Long, which says that explore the food as both a destination and the vehicle for the tourism. And that's how we promote the local food. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Aishwarya Dhubre. I am pursuing my TYBSCHS from Camp Education Society's Dr. Arvind B. Telang Institute of Hotel Management, Chinswad, Pune. Today, on the occasion of World Tourism Day, I would like to speak about the promotion of beach tourism in Konkan Coast. Konkan is also known as the Konkan Coast, the section of the western coastline in India. Konkan extends throughout the western coasts of Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. It is bounded by the Western Ghats mountain range, also known as Sahyadri. The most famous places to visit in Konkan are Ganpatipule, Alibag, Sindhudurg, Dapoli, Murud, Harnai and many more. Each place has its own speciality. All the above places are located on the sea coast. अगर आप कोकन गए हो पर वहाँ कोई बीच पे नहीं गए तो आप कोकन ही नहीं गए. Today I will be telling you about Ganpatipule. Ganpatipule is a small town located 25 km north to the city Ratnagiri in the Ratnagiri district on the Konkan coast of Maharashtra. It has been told that the idol of Lord Ganpati is 400 years old and वो मूर्ति मिट्टी से उगाई है. Ganpatipule is approximately 375 km south of Mumbai along the Konkan coast. It is a very small town with about 100 houses and has one of the most spectacular beaches along the Konkan coast. एक रमणीय पालयन जो शांति चाहने वालों, समुद्र तट प्रेमियों और तीर्थयात्रियों को समान रूप से आकर्षित करता है. The god is considered to be the Paschim Dwarpalak. In addition to its clean beach and clean waters, Ganpatipule is rich in flora, including mangroves and coconut palms. Winter is the most pleasant season to visit here. The temperature drops during night. From March, the temperature starts rising but rarely crosses 30 degrees Celsius. May is the hottest month here. The monsoon lasts for June to October when rains are usually plentiful and regular. With the development of tourism, a number of resorts and hotels have opened in the small town. There are many activities that you can enjoy while at Ganpatipule beach. Many activities like paragliding, swimming, motorboat rides, etc. People who visit Ganpatipule can also explore some nearby tourist attractions such as Makgund, Pavas, Ratnagiri, Jaigarh Fort, and many places. Foodies also have a wonderful time at the Ganpatipule beach since they get a chance to sample some amazing local dishes of Mumbai. You can enjoy mouth-watering food items like ambe pori, fanas pori, kokum curry, fish curries, etc. And also do not forget the modaks and Alfonso mangoes if you happen to visit the beach during the peak season. The town has a small bus stand. State transport buses to Kolhapur, Pune are available. Town is easily accessible from the port city of Ratnagiri, which also has a railway station and an airport. Ganpatipule is the best place for you to visit with your family, and I recommend you to visit here. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
Respected Principal Sir, respected teachers and all my dear friends, my name is Ajay Suhas Wadekar. I am from TYBSCHS from Dr. Arvind B. Telang Institute of Hotel Management, Sambhaji Nagar, Chinchwad. Today I will be speaking upon post-COVID-19 major changes in the standard of procedure in hotels. I want to thank our Principal Dr. Ajay Kumar Rai Sir, Professor Ranjit Patil Sir and our Professor Shekhar Khairnar Sir for giving me an opportunity to participate in this event. So as we all know that the COVID-19 has affected across every sector in the globe, and the hotel industry is among the hardest hit. Researchers say that the hotel industry will be back on track till 2023 or 2024 or until the vaccine arrives. Till then the hotel industry will see a substantial amount of shifts and changes in its standard of procedures. So now we will look forward towards the changes in the reservation lobby. The reservation lobby must check that a guest, whether he or she is making a reservation to stay in the hotel, is belonging from a containment zone or not. If he or she belongs to a containment zone, then the reservation lobby must avoid the booking and reservation of that guest. It may also look forward towards any suspicious guest who has signs of COVID-19, and if they find any signs of COVID-19 in the guests, in the staying guest or in the oncoming guest, the reservation lobby must contact nearest municipal hospital immediately as soon as possible.
Please follow me. Once you arrive, your footwear is sanitized. Hands are disinfected using the sanitizer provided and temperature is checked. Your luggage also goes through a disinfection routine. Floor markers are used to ensure social distance is maintained while checking in. Sanitized pens are used for paperwork. We have extra masks and gloves available if you wish to use them. Thank you. Your key is sanitized before being handed out to you. We are doing everything possible to ensure you have a safe and healthy stay with us.
When a guest is arriving in the hotel, the specific vehicle of the guest is parked in the sanitization booth, where the full vehicle of the guest is sanitized with sodium hypochlorite and other types of medical grade sanitizers. The guest is then escorted toward a specific checking point where the checking of temperature of guest is initiated and any signs of COVID-19 is checked. Then the guest is escorted towards the front office where he will do the further proceedings. So now at the front office, the guest is sanitized again and he is provided with a sanitation kit. The bellboy sanitizes the luggage of the guest and escorts the luggage to the room. The hotel initiates e-check-in for guests where there is the transfer of cash digitally. The information of the guest is stored in the computer database by digital means and not in the registers. and after that the front office staff escorts the guest to the his room. After the guest is escorted to his room, the hotel staff will sanitize and clean all the areas where the guests have been with sodium hypochlorite and all medical grade sanitizers. While greeting the guest, avoid handshakes and do namaste. Then the entry points of the guest in which the guest has been through should be disinfected every now and then. The front office staff should mandatorily wear masks and should take care of themselves and sanitize their hands regularly at regular intervals. Now we look forward towards the changes in the SOP of restaurant as well as F&B area. The table linens are changed frequently. The interaction with the guest is made from a 1 meter distance. Order placed are by digital means by scanning the QR code rather than placing it manually by menu cards. The crockeries as well as the cutleries are sanitized and washed every often. Bulk reservations and group reservations are banned, menu cards are banned, room service is suggested for every guest, and then the table area as well as cover area after every service is sanitized. So now we look towards the changes in the SOP of the housekeeping department. The guest room in which the guest which is stayed is sanitized and cleaned after every departure. The remote controls, electronic accessories, TVs, dryers, irons are sanitized by the housekeeping team after the departure. The floors as well as toilets are also sanitized with medical grade sanitizers after the departure of the guest. Any suspicious guest is reported to the front office. If needed, the housekeeping department staff is provided with the PPE kits. Is changed at regular intervals and is washed thoroughly. There is a gap of minimum 72 hours after every departure. Then the room is perfectly sanitized and allotted to the other guests. Different type of cleaners are used for different type of cleaning purposes in the room. Sanitizers, medical grade soaps and medical grade liquids are placed in every room. Carpets, mattresses are also cleaned and washed as well as sanitized every often. Single bed sheet, double bed sheet, pillow covers, duvet covers is also washed and sanitized every often. Bath towels, hand towels, bath mats, swimming towels, etc. are sanitized and cleaned every now and then. Now we shall see the SOP changes which are made in the kitchen department. Fruits, vegetables, chicken, mutton and other cooking stuff which is brought into the kitchen is washed and sanitized properly. Utensils, equipments and other stuffs which are used in the daily kitchen activity are also washed and their surfaces are disinfected. The kitchen is also provided with a sanitation kit for all employees. Sanitizer concentration is verified for all meals. Cooking ranges are cleaned and disinfected thoroughly. While dishwashing, use of clothes is made mandatory. Food waste is stored in insect and rodent proof containers. These changes may not completely eliminate the risk of transmission of COVID-19, but will eventually help the hotel to keep the virus at its bay. I, Ajay Suhas Wadekar, now end my speech here. I want to thank you all for listening to me. Please take care, be safe.